continue with next part. So let's see some more feature of the shell, right? So we was guys working on this system. Let me again connect to my Linux system running somewhere. Let me log into root account. Okay, so don't worry guys about these commands. I just connecting my OS with SSH or remote login. Wherever your Linux would be, you guys can connect. Even though a lot of online shell also available. So if you want to do a practice, you can search for online online bash shells or interpreters, something like this. And you can get some link, some online link. We can also practice online, okay, on this shells. Here, this is command come up, run, and they give the output here. Okay, so you have your bash shell here, and you can do your practice. X to 5 equal $x, and you can practice here. All right, and I don't know which version they are running, depending upon the feature, but we can check also. So for example, right now this is my same Linux I am working on. So guys, we can create our own variables. There's called user defined variables, but some variable is been pre-given by your shell. Okay, these are the internal variables or shell variables or system variables. Okay, so if you want to see the entire variable list, how many variables you have either given by system or either created by you, you can use a set command. Okay, enter. They give you all the variable functions. What a function we'll discuss, but if you see in the top, there's lots of variables either you created or being created by system. There's a big list over here. Okay, big list. So what can do, if guys any command give you a lot of list, you can use pipe command and put the less keyword or less command from Linux. So this command would go less, and let's just show you the list from the first page of it. Okay, so these are the variables given by your system pre-created. Okay, for example, one variable called bash, they give you a shell name. One variable is called bash version, they give you the version of your current bash shell, and lots more variable. We might need this variable in the future. So you can see all the variable names over here given by the OS. Okay, but there's one more command called env command. Okay, this command guys give you again some of the variable name. Okay, so what's the difference we will see as we progress in this course, but there's two different way to get the variable, but set command is the one who give the entire variable list. Okay, so example, there's one variable that's pre-created called bash version. This is the one variable name. We can start with percentage because this is the dollar symbol to start the variable name. Okay, so this is an inbuilt variable. It will give you it will tell you what is the version of your bash. This 4.2, you know, that's in that easy region we can use all the very powerful new feature of the bash, or which bash shell you're using or which shell you're using. You can use shell as a variable. So it will tell you at this point in time which shell you are using. You're using bash shell or SSL or C shell. Okay, so again, same live interpreter. You can go and check and see which which shell we are using here. Which shell we are using here. Run, the tell you bash shell you're using. And if you're using bash shell, what is the version of the bash shell? Let's go bash underscore version. So here we are using again the more unique new version of the bash shell is for 5.1. It means all the feature what we have learned till now, it should work. For example, one of the feature maybe, let's say y equals to Linux, right, world, and I would like to print y with this way curly braces, and I would like to you know, I want to use percentage and let me remove d. Okay, and from the last, so it is working right. So those who by chance don't have Linux, you can use this live REPL or live website to backtest your cell. I highly recommend if you have a Linux with you, so we can add with Linux commands and do make your some realistic applications, realistic scripts here. Okay, to do some real scenarios implement. But by chance, if you don't have as a quick practice of the shell features, or shell scripting feature, sorry, you can at least use this live shell for at least for practice initially. But let's go our command line. I'm not doing here. Let's go to our command prompt of Linux and do some more thing. Okay. So what I'm going to do here, let's see some more feature of the if this curly braces. So let's say if you use echo, and if you print one, you can print one as a string. You can put in the curly braces also. They can put as it is, right? But there's one operator, guys, in the curly braces called double dot. Let's say 5. What it will do? It will create work like a range. So you're going to give a range 1 to 5, 1 to 10, 1 to 100. Just give the number and they print that range, that number for you. Every individual number, every individual string they print for you. So very quickly, guys, they will get this thing. What is the use case of this? Maybe you want to get a file. The file name is called a1.txt, a2.txt. Rather than keep on typing the number, we can get the range here, 1.10. So one quick, without creating any loop, lots of file creators here, A1, A2, A3, all the file creators, just for some testing purpose in servers and something like this, so we can do it. Okay. Similarly, if you want to list all the file, right? So rather than I type A1.txt, this file is there, yes. 11.txt file is there, no. Okay. Or what can you do? You can write curly braces A.10. So all the files with this range want to come up. You can list those files with Linux list command. Okay. Or maybe you want to remove all the file in one go. You can rm command, the Linux command to remove the file. By chance, guys, rm command asking yes or no, yes or no. So let me do Control C to stop. Instead of ask yes or no, I will use forcefully to remove all the files. So one go, all the files remove. So these are the very small but facility, but very, very powerful as a Linux admin, we should know. Okay. Also, we can do one more thing. Instead, we give the range from 10. We can start from number small, bigger than the small. They give the reverse order. So we don't need any function. They will automatically reverse the number for us. And by default, they start from 10, then 9, then 8 till 1. Or maybe we can go for till 0. Or by default, they're going one number down, one down. We can also change the step. By default, step is 1. If you write or don't write, by default 1 means after 10, 9 come up, after 9, 8 come up. But we can change the step. Okay. How? By putting 2. So after 10, 8 come up, 8 minus 2, 8 6 minus 2. So it's like a step or my decreasing order of the speed of 2. Okay. These also the features you can perform here. Okay. And now this feature you can use on the other area also. For example, let's say I have a string called Linux world. Okay. And this string will be printed. This also way we can print. Okay. Now in this string, we can do a substring. Okay. Or it's called slicing. I only this entire data we have in the string, or maybe coming from some file, or some log file, maybe. Okay. I want to cut some part of it. So here I can use colon. And by default, this string is a string, but here there's a character. So this is a first character, a second character, and every character has a position. So there's a position number 1, so position number 0, 1, 2. I say start from 0 till 5. Guys, here from 0 till 5 or 0 till 4, we cut. So it's from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and 4 is the last number, it's like exclude. So from 0 to 3, they cut and just show you. Means 0, 1, 2, 3, they show you. So we can cut. So this is also, guys, possible In the newer version of, in the older version is not there, but newer version of, we can directly do a substring operation. So main string, okay, we can give, actually, again, guys, let me repeat it. Let me correct myself. The first value is a from where you want to start, 0% or 1% or 10%. And this is the range. After this, how many value or character you want to print. For example, I want to start from 1, and after 1, I want to print till 3 characters. So we start from 1, 1, 2, 3, 3 character will print. So this is the from where you want to start, that is called offset, and this is actually the range or the length. After this, how much data you want to extract. That's how it works. Okay. Or maybe let's say I want to start from 5 and then 5. So I start from 5th, and after 5th, I want to get 5 more data, or let me take 6 data. So out of this line, I cut that part from the string. So that can also work. So almost all the guys combination you can try. This from where you want to start. Never start from 0, and the length, the total length you want to cut. So this is called substring, because this is the entire string. So I'm cutting some parts called slice or substring extraction. You can do very, very quickly. Okay, this also we can do. Let's do some more thing. If you want to create a variable, we can change the value. But if you want to create a variable that you don't want the value to be changed, it's like constant. So there's one keyword called read only. We can make our y a read only. Then any value you want to change in the y, it won't work. So at the time of read only, we can set the value. Now we can only make it this as a read only. Let me just get one more variable called z. Okay, so now z is is a read only variable, like a constant. Value will be set. But if you want to change the value, it won't work. It's a read only variable. So in some situations that you don't want to change your value, maybe some fixed IP address, you don't want by some chances your IP will change, or you have some account name or some keys that you don't want to change in any of the cases by some reason, right? By writing some wrong script made by some other developer along with you, we can make it static. Or means like static is a read only, or like a constant. Or there's one keyword called read only. You can see how many read only variables we have at this point in time. So when you hit enter, so these are the read only variables you have. Something you created, something maybe is given by your shell beforehand. Okay, beforehand. So, for example, some other read-only variable, they create the version. There's no good reason to change the version of the shell, right? This is what the version shell working on. Right now, I'm logging with a user called root. This has an ID called 0. Every user has a unique ID. So this is what also a kind of a read-only variable. There's no reason to change. You can't change it. If you can change, there's a lot of issues of security going to come up. So they make it read-only. And what is declare keyword, guys? We have a discussion on the declare keyword. Also, one new featurelity in the version 4 of Bash and above. We will discuss in upcoming discussion. Okay. So this can be done. Let's do some more interesting thing. I'm going to create a directory, guys. But my plan would be I'm going to create a directory called A. Inside A, I want to go to B, then C, then E, and F. So if you want to create a directory inside directory, is a very basic Linux command, nothing called shell command. So you can use P option, like parent. So auto inside /A, they get B, inside B, they get C, inside C, they get D, inside D, they get E, inside E, nothing is there. Okay. So basic Linux command, nothing called shell command. But what I want to do here, let me again go to this folder A, then B, and C, and D, then E. Okay. And where I am right now in this folder, pw command will tell me. Okay. So what I'm going to do in this folder, I'm going to create a file, let's say hello.html file. This file is there. Okay. And this entire information where this file is there, I'm going to store in one variable. How we can get very simply. Let's say P is a variable and I'm going to store the entire path, PWD. Okay. How? By, same way, by running the command. So PWD take the entire path and we can store the P, and what we contain the entire path. Okay. Or rather than I want to create a path, I also want to store the file name also. Okay, so P contain the entire path with the file name, this file name path. Okay, so what is this? Nothing very special. I'm just trying to tell you, if you want to get the path where you are and your file name, and this also one we can do. We can take the entire output from some command, add with some string. So technically, you don't have to, because technically this is the command output. They give you a string, and this string we put ourselves as a static. Okay, so to connect to two strings. Okay, connect to the string, we don't need any concurrent command. Like in some language, we have plus operator, dot operator to concate or concatenate two strings. Here we don't need. Just type it automatically, the concate for us. Okay, this is one small thing I want to tell you. Second thing that I want to tell you here is, this is the, let's say the P is a variable that contain this particular information over here. Now let's do some more interesting operations on this particular path. Okay, what operation you can perform? Some of the operation I already show you. Guys, can you give me 1 minute, please? Give me 1 minute, please. Okay, so let me show you some more operations here. So P is a variable that contains some path, or maybe some URL maybe. Okay, now in this path, if you want to only want to retrieve this part, don't want this thing, you want to cut it. You guys know how can do. We can use percentage here and say after dot anything come up, remove it. That's what I already explained to you. Okay, so if you want to cut and remove some suffix, whatever you have in the hello, this side is suffix, and if you just talk about hello perspective, whatever you have is called prefix. So if you only remove the suffix part of it, okay, you can write percentage here. That's what we discuss. Or maybe what can you write here? Okay, you can write here slash, for example. Okay, so in the suffix side, means this side, let's say there's a left and there's a right. In the right side, whenever the first slash come up, this match, after first slash, whatever the thing come up, remove it. Remove it. Okay, so percentage guys work from the right side, or I can say from the suffix side. But you want to work in the reverse way. Okay, prefix side means from the left side. So instead of the percentage, you can use hash for this. Hash for this. Okay, hash for this. Now, what do you see, guys, here? What do you see? I write is a reverse, right? Hash means start from left side, or I can say the prefix side. Prefix side. Okay. And wherever you see the first slash, say that this is the first slash, right? Or I can say this is the first slash. First slash, whatever after the first slash you have, just give me everything. It's like exactly reverse. Or maybe I can say after first slash, then A, after A, whatever you have, give me everything. Yeah, everything will give me. After A, maybe after slash B, whatever you have, give me everything. Okay, that's how it works. Or maybe I can maybe you can start here. After slash anything come up, then B, when this pattern match, then give me after everything. Okay, so this kind of we can do with the combinations here. Okay, so this also can be done, but let's talk about this example. So actual the value of P is this one. Hash means in this P, start from starting. Hash means start from starting. And then starting wherever you find slash A, wherever you find slash A, after this, give me everything. It means if I write slash C, it is not giving anything because it just starts from very starting. So in the starting, wherever you find C, they won't see any C slash in the starting. They won't work. So you write it the entire from the starting only. So from initial A, what do we have find? What do we have after A? Just give me everything. It works in this way. So I'm just giving you guys different flavor of it. This is how it works. But there's one more concept here. Again, if you go to this percentage example, percentage will start from this side. So wherever you see first slash from the right side means from the prefix side, sorry, suffix side means from this side. If you start from moving from here, wherever you see first slash, after first slash, whatever you have, remove it. Then give me the remaining part. Okay. But if you guys write 2%, 2% here in the same example. Okay. It means, okay, whatever you have before the slash, everything will remove it. So technically they remove everything. In this example, they are not properly fitting. Okay, so they remove everything. But let me create one example. Maybe it might work. Let's say T is a variable, and I'm going to start a path. Let's say A1, then B1, then C1, then h.html. This is one, let's say one path I created in this way. This is one new variable created. And if I pass T here, one single slash, this is what they come up. So after slash, whatever you have, what do they remove it? They give me a remaining post. But if I add 2%, I see here what they do, they give me this name. So my point here is this 2% means, okay, just go from this side, go not to first slash, go to all the path, and wherever you see the last slash come up, stop there. Okay. And then after this star, whatever you have, remove it. And then give me the remaining part of it. Okay, remaining part of it. Can you hold for a second? Okay, so I believe you understood the difference, right? It's very, very interesting. So typically, normally guys in the Linux, this is called relative path, and this is called anything starts with slash called absolute path, right? So depend how you want to take this example on this example, or maybe we can create some more example. Maybe I'm going to create one more variable, let's say u variable, and I'm going to store URL here www.google.com. Okay, Google, whatever name would be, does not matter. Slash data hi.html. Okay, and now what I want to do here, there's the u, right? And if you want if you want to cut some part and you want to start from the left side toward the right side, or so I can say, so from right to the left side. Let's go from the suffix side. And what do you want? Whenever first slash you reach, this pattern you reach, okay. Afterwards, everything you have removed. See here, they remove it. But if you have this kind of requirement, that go from left, right to left, suffix side to this side, wherever you see the last slash, okay, so we can add 2%. Where should the last slash? Okay, after this, remove everything. See here, only this part will come. Or maybe let's say in this URL, side to this side. Wherever see the last slash. Okay, so we can add 2%. Where should the last slash? Okay, after this, remove everything. See here, only this part will come. Or maybe let's say in this URL, if in this URL, I'm asking you to give me just the protocol name. How can you give me? Because there's 2 times colon come up, right? So we can write here. So wherever you reach the last column, we start from here. There's a column, yes, we have. Just go here, they have one more column, yes. There's a last column this side, yes. So stop here. Why stop here? The last one, where 2% is. And after this, everything remove it. Let's say only the protocol going to come up. Okay. So guys, this is very, very important operation, right? Because when you have a lot of data in your log file, okay, you have to cut the data, cut some part of it, and then do something on it. Okay, so this is a great example to have. Or again, let me use the same example. Dot p, for example, same path, curly braces. Okay, and if you use hash, I will explain to you. Hash means start from this side. Okay, start from this side, go all things and the slash. Okay, means when you find the first slash, after first slash, whatever you have, give me everything. Or remove the slash a. So just find this pattern, continue from the starting. After this, whatever you have, give me everything. The same thing we can do here in my this variable. So I can say start from the starting. Okay, and search for HTTP from the starting HTTP. And after this, whatever you have, give me. See here, they give. Always start for start HTTP colon, after we have, give me. First for HTTP colon slash says, give me this. And only this part will be come to us, right? So that can be done. So this is a very useful operation we do a lot, and we want to do a lot. Okay, and one more thing we can do here. Again, my p variable, and again this I explained to you. Star, so hash star slash, but we can add two hashes also. Again, the same way, 2 hashes means they go from starting to last, and when you find the last slash, there they stop, and before this says whatever they find, they remove it and give the remaining one. But if you try to write in this way, after you write a star, nothing common. There's no meaning of this. But after, because they already reached to last slash, and say whatever you have, remove it. So they remove everything. So because they already reached to here, after they remove everything, so there's no meaning of it. And you run this, they give it this way, but right, this like this one. Okay, so like this is the multiple examples we have. Just you have to practice this in this way. So we have one single hash, 2 single hash. One means whenever they find first, or 2 means when they find last. Okay, from left to right. Percentage means right to left. Single means when they find first. Double means percentage when they find last. This is how we can do. So multiple combination now you can go and try. So very, very advanced concept come in the latest version of the hashes, also the bash, but it will help you. When we create more examples, guys, I'm just giving you all the possibilities here in today's class. After you have all the facilities, all the features in your bucket, then writing the further code in the future, a lot of advanced, complex and use cases code. Now we know we have these many tools. As per the requirement, we can pick one of it and use in my for the scripts. That's what I'm doing here right now. Okay, with plus also showing you this concept also, because this is a very common thing. I want to cut the name, protocol name, file name. okay, from some data. Okay, let's do some more thing here. Let's say I have the string s, and what I want to do, again guys, again curly braces, there's a, if you write hash in the first, they will help us to count, that's all. So guys, very interesting concepts. We don't have the functions like normal programming language. They have the symbols here to control everything. So when you count the length, space also we have, 11th character we have. This way we can count very quickly. Okay. Now, guys, till now we keep on creating the variables, but we can create arrays also in a list. Okay, over here. So let's say I want to create an array with A, and in this array I want to give a name. Let's say my name, Vimal, Tom name, Pop name, Hello name. And to create the array in the shell, this is symbol we have to use. So this is the way how we get the array. Okay, now we have this array created. But guys, in this array, if you print the array, they only give you one name. Why? Because like here we don't give comma here. Mostly in the language we give comma. Space is the separator of the two items. So item 1, item 2, item 3, item 4. And the shell scripting, guys, first item we store at the index number 1. They don't start from 0. They start 1, then 2, then 3, and 4. When you print this, they only print the data index number 1 only. 1 only. Okay, but we can use curly braces again, and here we can define I want to print the index number 1. Actually, they start from 0, I believe. Okay, I'm sorry guys, they start from 0. I don't know why. I thought they start from 1, but yeah, this 0 index, there's a 1 index, there's a 2, 3 index. We can print. So this is how we can, and the curly braces we can define this. Without curly braces, I don't think so they work. They don't work in this way. So in the curly braces we can do it. Okay, but if you want to print all the value of it, so this special symbol guys here is called @ @ means go to all the indexes and index 1 or 0, 1, 2, 3 and print everything. So they print everything of this array. Okay, or now because we have all the data, and if you have planned to count the number of items here, we can use again hash, same syntax for counting. So 4 items we have over here. Okay, that's what we can do here. So this again, the some operations. Sometimes we have a data put in the array, and we have to do operation. Let me take one good example of it. Okay, and this again very interesting example. Example would be, let's say I'm going to create a new script. My script would be name or .sh. Okay, and here I'm going to echo with no new line, enter your name. Okay, read. Okay, let me just use in this way. Name, I'm going to store, let's say Jack, and I'm going to store the age, let's say 23. And I'm going to print the echo. Your name is Jack, means $name, and with age, $age. Okay, logical, right? So whatever you have with the dollar, they get this value. So in this entire string, when you want to use the variable, you can use $. That's what you know. But this concept is called string interpolation. So in this string, verify $, we interpolate it and get the value and use it here. Okay, very simple code. So when I run this code, it works. Guys, when I run this script, they always give this output. But I don't want they always print Jack. Instead, I want they will ask with input. How? Instead, we write the Jack, we can use a read command. They take the input for me. So instead, we can write something like this: read name. Instead, we comment this. Why read? I told you already. Okay. So when I run the script, They ask me this prompt, they say, Harry will come up here. Because sometimes when you create a script and if a script is asking you input in this way, this prompt is not a great script normally. Sometimes useful, but mostly in the automation world, any script when you run, when they're asking the input, okay, for the users is good because this is good for the human interaction. But in the automation world, I want when the script run, they automatically run it. All right, they want to ask if you any script ask an input, the script is stop. Till the time your human being interact with this, it won't work. And normally in the real world, we run the script with some automated tool like Jenkins and some other CI/CD tools, if you know about it. They will run my script for us. Or we can run the script with some kind of schedule, job schedule, time schedule that run the script at this point in time. At that time, the script will run and ask the input is not good user interaction. So that is the reason giving this read is not good option. We have to give the variable static. But if you're giving the variable static or value static, then again that is not useful, right? Because it will always get this print this jack or always get this file, always store the software, always storing the data in this IP address only. Okay. So what I want my script to be dynamic. They take the input from the user, but not from the read. But every time when they run the script, they always take the input from us. Okay, without asking me or prompting me. So what can we do? Okay, so when you run the script, okay, you can pass your input in the same command line. Let's say I can give my name Tom here. I can give the age here 21. Okay, so rather than the prompting me, prompting is not practiced normally in the automation world because I want when you click run, they start running. They won't ask me as a human being to input. So I can say when I run my script, they take Tom as input in the script. They take 21 as input in the string. So guys, in this case, this is the bash. This is a script name. Typically it's called one command. And this is my script. And Tom is the argument. 21 is the argument. Okay. And when you run any script, right now there's no difference come up. They will still have the same output. But when you guys run any script with this command line arguments, okay, this argument always input inside this file. Tom actually go inside this file. 21 is being actually go inside this file. Now this is duty of this file to use it. How? So first argument is stored in one special variable. 21 is stored in a special variable. Okay, and name of that variable is called $1. So instead we get the jack here. We can take one special variable called $1, $2. This is special variable name. So first argument is stored in this variable. Second argument is stored in this variable. That's all. Otherwise, thing will be same. Here, Tom and 21. I want to change the age 22. I want to change the name Pop. Change, right? So in the command line, whatever you write, for example, write maybe good as a remark. So good is stored in a variable $3. Now it is your choice of the script they want to use or not. If they want to use, they can use it. Maybe directly they print here. Your remarks is $3. Okay, like here, so we can use over here. Okay, and all things what do you know till date, you can write here. Again, $3 is like a special variable here. Same output gonna come up. Okay, so there will be no difference gonna come up. Good, come up here. And now we can use all those fancy things. I can make my entire good capital letter. Yeah, or one capital come out. So all the things you can do it. But okay, when you now guys now see is your now script is automated, right? Dynamic also, you can give your own name, you can give your own remark, change at any point in time, change your age, change the name, right? Dynamic. So script always to be dynamic, always based on the input they will perform your things. The software name will be different, IP different, the user password different. But same time, they're not asking me, prompting me as human being. I mean, same script I can run somewhere or run by other scripts, other some automation tool, or in schedule, they will run for me without prompting me. That is always the good script. So typically, typically, this are known as argument. Even though, guys, whatever run the command line, they store in special variable. This also store one variable called $0, $1. So if you also want to print your script name also, okay, so I can print here echo script $0 run successfully. We can check also, but I'm just actually putting here successfully just to show you. So if I run this, you see here, they auto pick your script name. If your script name is different, they will pick that name. Let me rename this script. Maybe my new.sh. My script name is renamed. And because this is renamed, dynamic guys here, they pick the new name. Okay. So that's also we can do. Okay. Now the name has been changed. Now we have one more variable here. Okay. For example, we can write $@ What this @ will do? Let me show you. Okay. So all the argument that you give, they store at that rate. So this entire argument is stored in one special array, and that is called @. @ is the array name. Okay. So all the argument that you give in the command line, they store in the special array. So all the operation that you normally do in the array, you can do it by this. You can write the curly braces. Right. Let me check the output difference if the work here is working. And we can say, can you show me the size of the array? It's 3. So 3 argument you pass. Based on this, we can write a condition. If this 2 argument, then do this, 3 argument, then do this. We can write either conditions here or switch cases here. In my next slide, talk about how to write a condition in the switch cases on it. Okay. So all the things you can perform here. And I think there's one more special symbol is called, I think this might work. Let me check. Here, this one. So this also direct guys way. For example, if I give more argument, for example, so if I pass 4 argument, they give me 4. So this is also one of the direct way to check the number of arguments. Okay. So here we can write my syntax in my my code. If my number argument is less than 3, we want print something. So maybe something like this. I can write test. If my number of argument I'm passing is less than equals to 3. Okay, or maybe less than 3. This is what I'm going to test. Okay. If this is the case, if this is the case, we can use if else, or maybe we can write the same syntax. If this is true, I say not supported. Or I can run this command. Okay. Now, if I run my script with the less argument, this is not supported because my script need 3 arguments. Maybe here we can print we need 3 arguments. It's not supported, so we can be here not supported. To make it more interesting, we can say not supported. You passed $#. These many argument, but we need 3 arguments. Okay, so it look like very interactive scripts. Not supported because you passed. Sorry, I don't know why I have PWD. You passed we can count dynamically. You pass 2, we need 3, or maybe for example, sorry, in my script, if I pass 1, they say you pass 1, but we need 3. You give the A's, you give the as a remark. Now it is working good. You will get the output. And some more we can add as a syntax as we move forward, add more and more features, complexity, uses. we keep on adding on the top of this. Okay. But it will work if you know these keywords. This is the core of your bash. Skip this keyword. If you don't know this keyword, nothing much we can do here. That was I would like to tell you. Even one more interesting, powerful concept, let me tell you. Okay. If you what I want to do to make it more interesting, if I don't give any first argument, right now they give me error, but they will give me error that first argument missing, that is name. But if I give the name, let's say you miss the age. If I give the age, they will say you miss the remark. So I want they were very interactive. Okay, so very interesting feature we have, guys, again new in the version. So let me first store remarks here as a variable name. Remarks and take from $3, and let me go to $3 and let me put the remarks here. Okay, this variable name I put it over here, make it capital, and where my name would be, let me also do some fancy thing on the name. Curly braces, name closed. At least I'm making first character of my name as capital letter. Okay, and age, I want to put the age in double quotes. Okay, double quotes, and there is maybe show a string might be come up, so we can put in the curly braces. So before the curly braces is like a work like a string. Let me test at least till here. Okay, so working good. So we will come in small, double quote doesn't come up, we'll see in a minute, but good, they come in the capital letter. So working till now is great, right? So now what we will do, let me just fix my error of spelling mistakes. Now what I want to do, if we miss the third argument, okay, so again there's a curly braces here. Okay, same thing, there's no difference gonna come up. We put the curly braces, you guys know, same good, they printed. And let me at least comment this line, I don't want to make my script more annoying. Same output come up. But what I want, if I miss my third argument, right now they are not complaining me. Although they're complaining me in this way because that's what I write. But what I want, if I miss my third argument, here only, this line only. First line only, here we can write a condition. Again, we can call it. For giving the condition, we can use question mark here. This is also one of the powerful syntax there. And here we can give the message and say error, please pass age to continue. Some kind of message we can give. Okay, or age is missing, something like this. Okay, so this is also one powerful thing we can directly write here. So if you're passing this value, if this value is missing, so question mark will check automatically and give this message, like a validation. We are doing some kind of validation here. Now in this script, when you run this, see here, they give the error and they put this message. So till now it is working good. Even though you don't pass, they run the script, they might don't print the name. But here we have given the validation. If you don't pass this third, we break the script and we give this message also with this. But if we give the message, this will work fine. Okay, same way we can do also here. So whatever the value is very critical for you, you can type here again with the question mark and say error. It just says just a string, it is nothing very special. Error, missing age, or here missing remark, maybe logical. Okay, so if I run this, if I give only the name, they say age is missing. If I give the age, they say remark is missing. If I give the remark, then they're happy, they print the things, and they do the remaining part. Okay, so this also some very advanced thing, even though we have just started today, but I'm just trying to explain you all the advanced, powerful concepts, whatever were is there that makes. Without also we can do it, but we write lots of if and else and lots of other test checking we have to do. But there are some powerful pre features they provide to us. Okay, so guys, this is something, even though I can keep on talking guys a lot, there's a lots of features they have, but I just try to explain you some of the main sophisticated feature. Now after this, what I'm going to do after this, I will again take you to the basics. Even though this is basic, I'm explaining everything as a basic only, but I'm going to take you to a very basic concept like if or else, or for loop, or while loop, or how to get the functions. We also cover those part also. Then after having the knowledge of this part or those concepts, plus if you know a little bit about Linux, even though I will keep on telling to you those are Linux command, all those comes up together, then we can create some very powerful advanced script for real use cases and real advanced facilities. But I don't want to do right now. It will be a lot of data already bombarded. So we will do guys in the next class. So till now guys, any query if you have based on this discussion, you guys can ask me any query you have. Okay, anything about grep, SCD, data manipulation command, AWK, we have a separate classes on it. Okay, how to kind of networking, get the data from networking, the real-time data, do something log, right? All the things we have, cut, sorting, those are the things we have. But what I explain you today, any query on that part, you guys can ask. Wonderful class, love it. Thank you very much. So so we will discuss Vinay on this part. So there's there's lots of lots of other arguments also we have. For example, the read command or some other command, even the echo dollar minus. Okay, so they also give you something. If you give let's say the symbol, they also, I mean, some of the symbols they have the symbol. So a lot of guys symbols we have. I explain you as we progress in this program what these symbols will do, who capture. For example, for the double dollar, they will capture the process ID of the process. So don't worry, as we progress, I'll talk about, even though I have given you a lot of symbols today. Okay, for this. So how to pass, and somebody asked me very interesting question, how to pass name argument. Ratim, we will discuss my next class, right? First, I will discuss you because there's new feature also come up here that is called dictionary. Okay, and this is called name-based argument. Okay, so maybe next class tomorrow or maybe next to next class I will talk about. So how can we pass named argument? Right now, guys, right now I explain you how to pass just a positional base. No, first position, second person, fourth person. It's called positional based argument. But if you want to create something like this, that you want to pass something like this, hyphen name equals to something, then hyphen age equals to something, it's not working here. So for this, I will explain in my next class how to make this kind of arguments. Okay, so I think very technical. After having these many knowledge, we can get very quickly. But in my next class, I will talk about it. As such, there is no limitation. Lucas, we don't need much argument technically. How many you need? 1, 5, 10, 50, maybe maximum. So as such, there is no limitation on the number of argument. Okay, thank you guys very much for this great feedback of first class. Okay. Yes, Manish, DO358 is a track of RSCA, right? Is one of the training of RSCA track that is going on. So LT, Sudhanshu, nothing. LT is just less than keyword, less than. Okay. So again, guys, this task, Sam is asking something. Let me give this task to you by based on this current knowledge, what you have to do. I want you guys try it. Uh, okay, this part. So what you guys have to try, very simple question, but you just try it. What I want, we have this variable. You know how to cut this part, you know how to cut this part. But let's say you want to cut something that only domain name come up. I only want to retrieve the domain name. How can we do this? Okay, take a small homework from my side. Somebody also asked me here. So you have to write something the way I explained to you, or maybe you can write something else also. You cut this part, cut the last part. Okay, only you have to retrieve your domain name or the IP address. This is also useful example, very use case. We have a lot of use case for this. Only data what I collected, I'll only want to retrieve the IP address, so I can ping it, I can scan it, and can do much more. And let's say you want to retrieve only this part from the URL. So how can you do this? You guys can try. Okay. Mansi, PowerShell is most for Windows or Windows Server. Bash mostly we use in Linux. So there's no good reason to have a difference. So with respect to Windows and Windows features, they have that capabilities. Okay, in the PowerShell. So for Windows Server especially, right, we use PowerShell. Bash is mostly used in Linux world or Linux related systems, right? There's one thing. And the PowerShell is so powerful, no doubt. They have a lot of features. We can directly connect with ADs and lots of other things they have in that in for them, right? But a very quick difference with PowerShell and the shell is even the way quickly also so you can search PowerShell versus Bash, you can find it. Task command line, especially for system admin for .NET framework, and Bash is for Linux and Linux. .NET means Windows, obviously Windows code used the .NET framework only. Okay, so this thing. So Ratim git bash behind the scene use bash shell. So bash is just a program, right? A software. By default, it is okay. By default, bash come with Linux is a software. Even though bash is also software, if you search and see in the Linux, so if you can search rpmq bash. RPM is guys in the Linux to for storing software, Q is a query. So bash is software. And this software gives a program called bash program. But this software is not there in the Windows by default, but you can download it. There's multiple way. One of the way to get it with git bash. So git bash is software. Okay. It will give you git capabilities. Plus they also download git bash will also give you bash shell. Okay, so in my Windows I have the bash shell come up, so with this program, and if I run the dollar shell, which shell you're using, yeah, the bin shell, what is the bash version they are using, again 4.4, all the things we can do also from here. Okay, but I'm not using Windows here for doing this practical, because my plan is not to give you only the cell keywords what I've discussed, but I also want to use this facility to do some real setup on my Linux system. There I have to use some Linux commands that is not there in the Windows. Okay, so that is the reason I'm using Red Hat or Windows and Amazon Linux for all this stuff. But whatever we have done today, almost everything we can do here also. Or here in also, or maybe online cell also, whichever you are comfortable, you can test. Okay. Any planning for Azure and Splunk? Yes, we do have plan specific for Splunk, right? Azure we have done recently, I think for last year. Splunk has been pending from long. So yeah, we do have a plan for Splunk, right? No, Sumit, as such, Windows-based training we don't do actually. So no training of Windows. Okay. So any other going? And for Helm, recently Vijender, we have delivered very advanced training of Kubernetes, CKS-CD. There we have covered Helm, but I am planning to have exclusive training on Helm only to get where you get the chart, a lot of things we will deal in detail. So soon we might come up with the exclusive training only on Helm. Okay. Or Istio also. That's all, guys. So Priya has given some answer on what the question has been asked. I'm not commenting right now, Priya. You can test it is working on your system or not. But otherwise, try a small, very small homework I have given to you. Otherwise, we'll see you guys. I just want to conclude today. Otherwise, I would like to see you tomorrow or any other queries we have. Yeah. Any plant training Grafana? Durgesh, we have just recently completed the Grafana training, even though tomorrow is my last class of Grafana, a very detailed training we have done already. So there's no further online plan, but you can get the recorded videos of it. Okay, soon it will be available for the open market. Okay. Same thing with Vignesh. Ansible also recently we delivered very advanced training on Ansible. There's no plan for again live training, but you can get the recorded videos. I think it's available now. Okay. So that's all, guys, from my side. See you tomorrow. And just the first day, guys, we have done tons of things. And we go to next level in my tomorrow class, right? Yes, Vision, the Ansible would be on self-paced only. So you can get the videos of it for my team. So that's all, guys. Bye. Take care. See you and good day and good time. Bye.